What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today it's time to review Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm going to be reviewing this movie as well as Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and then we'll do a full ranking of every Halloween movie on Halloween Day. I cannot wait. And I will include the new Halloween Ends as well. And yes, it's going to be pretty damn low, but will it be as low as Rob Zombie's Halloween? And that is the question. So let me get into this movie and we will find out. This film came out in 2007. It's a complete reboot, retelling, reimagining of the original Halloween. And as such, I did not expect and do not expect that Rob Zombie has to stick with any of the canon or any of the rules or any of the things that us fans want to see in a Halloween movie. He has a completely blank palette here to do with it what he chooses. And he did with it what he chose, for sure. And we got a movie that is about Michael Myers. It's more of an origin story. We see his younger years and we see him grow into the psycho killer that we know. He's vicious, he's hardcore. There are some crazy kills in this one. Overall, it's a good horror movie, I think. I don't think it's a pile of garbage or anything. It's just, does it meet my personal tastes? That's what we'll get into. And I really enjoyed watching the young Michael Myers growing up and seeing that he's actually kind of a sweet kid. You kind of like him, but you can see he has a little bit of a psycho side, partly brought on by the constant bullying that he has to endure and the insane life that he has with his parents at home. And it's hard to watch at his house. It's just crazy. The language that they use. Now, I cuss and everything. Like, I don't have a problem with some F-bombs or whatnot, but just disgusting and just nonstop. It kind of turns me off. It's kind of hard to watch the first third of the movie, but even after that, when you get towards the end, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but even Laurie Strode and some other characters, they just talk just nasty, just disgusting all the time, even in front of their parents. Laurie Strode talking about her tits and this. I'm like, why? And that's just the Rob Zombie dialogue. It's just how they talk, and it's all the time. It's almost nonstop, and it's kind of hard to listen to. That aside, though, I kind of enjoy the first third of the movie. I kind of enjoy watching the young Michael Myers growing up. He does get bullied pretty viciously at school, and he takes his revenge. And it is a vicious kill. His first kill with this kid who is just a terrible bully, terrible person. You hate this kid. Now, does he deserve to die in the way that he did, or to die at all? Of course not. I'm not saying a little kid who's a bully deserves to die, but hey, it's a movie. There's going to be some kills, and sometimes the kills are that much more awesome when the guy who's getting killed is someone we don't like, even if it is a little kid. But this little kid had it coming. So there you go. And it was pretty damn awesome. I'm not going to lie. Like, that kill was pretty damn cool. And you see right there what Michael Myers is capable of. But you don't know, how is this going to expand into the point that he's just killing everybody, any and everybody, instead of just people that have wronged him, if you will. And it's not really explained. That's the thing about this movie. And by the way, there's going to be spoilers all over this. This movie came out 15 years ago. So just so you know, not really going to worry about spoilers. So there will be spoilers. But this movie doesn't really show how this kid goes from a sweet kid who you kind of like to a kid who's pissed off and wants to kill this bully. That it shows. The kid just snaps. He's like, dude, I'm taking this guy out. I'm not playing around. You mess with me, I mess with you big time. That's all awesome. But then all of a sudden, of course, Halloween night comes and something snaps. And he just, of course, the dad is the next guy he kills. And that was a pretty awesome kill. The dad is a piece of shit. He's not the greatest father for sure. So you can kind of see why he would target him. But then he kills the boyfriend and, just viciously beats the hell out of him with a bat, the boyfriend of his sister, which was insane. And just murders everyone. Takes out everyone. The sister goes down next, and everyone except the little baby. It's kind of like, why? Why did he kill his sister? Why did he kill the boyfriend? And then why did he not kill? And, the sister and the boyfriend, I'm not saying they're always pleasant with him. So maybe there's something there. Maybe he's just killing anyone who's ever done anything wrong against him at all, period. But still, it was just like, damn. He just lost it. But he spared the baby. He spared the mom when she came home. Of course, he got arrested and everything. And that's how the movie kicks off. And other than, dealing with the language in this movie, which is just over the top. I mean, it's not just F-bombs and everything. I mean, just terrible language. It's hard to listen to, like I said. But once we get past that, we get to the portion of the movie where we see his sessions with Dr. Loomis. The actor who portrays Dr. Loomis, I think, does a pretty good job here. He's no Donald Pleasance, but he's pretty good. And I think that this is an interesting portion of the movie. I feel like it should have been, though, even further expanded. You know, I mean, this movie does have to kind of move quick. This is a movie where I look at this movie, I'm like, damn, this should have been a series. This should have been a TV series. This could have gone 2-3 seasons and it could have had some amazing stuff in it. But instead, it just kind of has to move really quick through these sessions. We only get a little look at it. It is interesting how the little Michael Myers, he sometimes is in a good mood, a happy mood. He's talking. He's like a little kid. He doesn't even remember what he did. So it's like, okay, so we have this kid is just like has a kind of a split personality type thing going on. And he just snaps one moment and all of a sudden he's the killer Michael Myers. And when he's not, he's just this sweet kid. So it's kind of odd. I'm trying to understand what turned him into Michael Myers, and, you know, other than just, of course, the bullying and the household he lived in, but does he have some, what I want to know, like, what is going on? Because we're showing his upbringing, we're showing him from a young age, we're showing his origin story. So I want to see some of the diagnosis here, what's going on here. And it just doesn't really expand too much, but what we do get is interesting, nevertheless, to see some of those sessions. And then we don't really get to see him as an adult, as a teenager. I know he doesn't talk. He stopped talking at some point. There's another pretty cool kill where just an employee is watching over him while the doctor and the mom are walking out to the car, and he kills her, grabs some scissors, and you can say, dude, this dude is just gone. He's just out to kill. And as he grows up, a really interesting storyline as well, I'll say, with a custodian who works there at the facility, played by Danny Trejo. I think his name is Ismael. And Ismael is a really cool dude. I mean, you connect with this guy. He's really awesome. He thinks that him and Michael have a connection, kind of, because he's talking to him since he was young. And he calls him Mikey. And you can tell he's done time. And I thought that was an interesting storyline there, of course, to see what will happen when Michael Myers busts out, starts killing everyone. Does he spare this dude? Maybe this guy's been awesome to him. He does not. But maybe he would have. That's an interesting question, because Danny Trejo tries to arrest him. He tries to, once he gets out, he starts killing people. He sees it. Ismael sees that he killed a bunch of people. He's kind of horrified, but then he tries to get the handcuffs and says, okay, I'm going to put you back in. He trusted Michael way too much. He should have said, oh man, Michael, well, good luck with your killings. Peace, I'm out. And maybe he would have gotten out. Maybe he would have spared him. But when he tried to handcuff him, that was a wrap. That was a pretty awesome moment too. And once he escapes from there, we kind of jump into Halloween, the original movie, where you have Loomis trying to get to Haddonfield, trying to warn everyone. The cops aren't listening to him. There is some really cool casting choices. I got to give Rob Zombie credit with Brad Dourif as the Sheriff Brackett here. And also, you can't miss her if you're a huge Halloween fan. As soon as you see little Jamie Lloyd, you see her face there. Of course, she's not so little anymore, but it's so awesome to see Danielle Harris in a Halloween movie again. She is playing Laurie Strode's friend, Annie, just like Annie from the original, but it is played by Danielle Harris. And it's just amazing how you see her face and you see she looks almost the same. I mean, obviously she's grown up now, but it's really awesome to see her in a Halloween movie. Of course, when she speaks, again, the Rob Zombie dialogue, it's a little bit jarring because we're used to little Jamie Lloyd. She wasn't so sweet at the end of Halloween 4, but I digress. But still really awesome to see her in a Halloween movie. And as the movie develops, yeah, again, all the dialogue, all the cussing, all of the weird talk and nasty talk from even Laurie Strode with her parents, like I said, it's just a turn off for me. It's like, come on. And the girls talking and just nasty. I don't know how girls talk when they're alone, but I don't think it's like that. But once Michael comes to town and starts his killing and everything goes crazy, then it's pretty entertaining. It's kind of a amplified version of the 1977 movie. I feel like the tension is a little bit less. It's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it doesn't work quite as well, but it's still pretty cool. And the kills are just vicious. This Michael Myers is just insane. And the movie ended on a little bit of a different note, kind of setting up a sequel. Well, I guess the original did as well, because Michael Myers was still alive at the end when he was gone there. But in this case, Just a crazy way it ended with Laurie Strode's trying to shoot him, but the gun is empty, and it's just, she starts screaming like crazy, and there's blood everywhere, and it's just insane, and it's just like, whoa, pretty crazy, pretty intense final act. I'll say that, and it's just a movie that just moves really fast. Like, you know, it's an origin story, but they got to move really fast to get to that third act, which is the same as the original Halloween. And you have to deal with this Rob Zombie dialogue throughout, which is rough. Really, really rough dialogue throughout. I wouldn't say it's Halloween Kills rough, which is not so much the cussing that is bad in Halloween Kills. It's the no. Either way, they don't talk like people talk in either movie, in my opinion. They don't talk like people talk. You know, I mean, it's not cussing. Again, you have to watch the movie to know what I'm talking about. I can take a little bit of it at the beginning because I get it. Like, this is what makes Michael Myers who he is in this household. It's just insane, but it's just weird. It just throughout, you know, other than Dr. Loomis, at least they didn't make him talk like that, which would have been just dumb. But Dr. Loomis, like I said, is pretty good in this movie. And it's an interesting movie. It's not terrible to me, but definitely not something I like to rewatch a lot. When I watch the Halloween franchise, I don't think about watching Rob Zombie's Halloween. I think about watching the original, part 2. I may throw in part 3 if I feel like it, but if I'm just in the mood for Michael Myers, I'll jump to part 4, 5, and 6, and of course, H2O for sure. After that, I'm pretty much done. I'm not really into the new 3 movies, as you can tell. Actually, I haven't rewatched any of them. Other than Halloween 2018, I rewatched one time. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my thoughts on Halloween, Rob Zombie 2007. It's got some interesting scenes. It really is. I think it's not a bad horror movie. I think it's a decent horror movie, but it probably could have been its own horror movie. And it, you know, just don't copy all the characters for Halloween and make, you know, take that third act in a little different direction. But it could have been its own movie, but he called it Halloween because, well, he wanted to, you know, I don't know, he wanted to remake the Halloween movie, and also it's going to be a little more profitable when you have that Halloween IP behind it. So I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's great for sure. I would say this movie is good, not great. That's really the best I could say for Rob Zombie's Halloween, in my opinion. Again, better than Halloween Ends. If you're wondering right now, you can already tell. This is going to be ranked higher than Halloween Ends for sure. Spoiler alert on that one. But overall, it's watchable for sure. It's definitely watchable. If I'm in the mood for some vicious Michael Myers, for some hardcore Michael Myers, I would actually go to this before I go to Halloween Kills for sure. But what do I think of Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie? Look forward to that review in the next couple of days. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch it tonight. So I'm looking forward to that, sort of. And I'll have my thoughts on Halloween 2, my fresh thoughts on Halloween 2, and you'll see when that video comes out. So look forward to it. Thank you guys so much. Let me know down below, what do you think of Rob Zombie's Halloween? Good, bad, terrible, complete insult to the franchise? Awesome, amazing? Let me know down below, and we'll talk to you next time.